In order to understand the GOAT debate in the NBA, we have to look at the overall picture of what the GOAT player is, or at least what we would imagine from this player, and what different accolades they would have to have in order to be considered the GOAT of GOATs in the NBA world. Things like rings, stats, winning rate, influence, narrative, impact on NBA culture, or all of the above could really determine this debate. But who really is qualified to answer this question? Who really gets to make the call of who the GOAT is in the NBA? When LeBron James won his ring in Cleveland, a lot of people believed that he was a GOAT just because he led a terrible roster to the playoffs. Although that is really impressive, he isn't the only one to do that. Jordan was another player that did that, so what does that really mean for that ring? What true value does that ring hold to the GOAT debate? Every year, or even every few years, NBA legends like Shaq, Kevin Garnett, or even Paul Pierce try to decide who the GOAT is in the NBA and voice their own opinions about it, but then later go back on their own word of who they think the GOAT is.
I think he wants to pass up Kareem. Because if he passes up Kareem in point, we all got to shut the hell up.
Yeah,
think about it.
For sure.
He going to have 4 rings. He already passed up Kobe. He already passed up Mike. Now he passed up Kareem. So if that don't make him the greatest basketball player is, I don't know, what we're talking about.
So he's not top 5. You want to hear my top 5? You want to hear it again? Jordan.
Sure, let me know.
Kareem, Russell, Magic, Kobe Bryant.
Come on.
That's my top 5.
This conversation, we talk about the GOAT, man. He might be the GOAT. I think that right there probably solidified it. And this is the reason why. He put himself in a place, where I don't see nobody passing him in our lifetime in the scoring, for one. 2, when you look at his accolades and you look at the longevity, and then you look at the biggest part of it was the expectations coming out of high school, that type of pressure.
These series of clips show us NBA fans that there really isn't a simple answer we could look for, due to players like LeBron continuing to strive to show more of their greatness, and when players like Jordan leave a legacy so great that it's remembered for years. There's no real answer to this debate. Whether you think Jordan due to his rings or achievements, it leaves wiggle room for people who believe LeBron is a GOAT due to longevity or even his playoff appearances. This GOAT conversation will be everlasting and will always change due to no one really being able to make this call of who is the GOAT. The memory police shows how a culture, especially the younger side, tends to be disassociated with a legacy of something that was once big or popular. And this could be connected because the older side of the NBA culture tends to forget LeBron's legacy, or even the younger side tends to forget Jordan's legacy as well. Another example is the allegory of the cave, which shows how many people follow their own original idea and opinions of things, like in this case, who is the GOAT, and ignoring the facts of the debate and reality of what's really happening in the real world. This NBA debate also shows that these stories like the memory police and the allegory of the cave are connected due to people jumping to conclusions about events or different things based on their own opinion and not factual evidence. Even though factual evidence should be the first thing brought up in this GOAT talk, it still doesn't give us a clear answer of reality when talking about the NBA's GOAT. It just gives us an opinion-based alley-oop to an idea of what we think is GOAT caliber level.